All right, folks, look, what you're about to hear from Senator Mark Kelly is exactly how Democrats should be talking about Donald Trump and his threats to execute, arrest, detain, and more to elected officials. Of course, as you folks know, and we've been covering on this channel, Senator Mark Kelly has been specifically targeted by Donald Trump because he and other elected Democrats put out that video telling the military to follow the law, and that has really gotten under Donald Trump's skin. He has threatened the worst of the worst for Senator Kelly, and now he's finally responding, and you have to hear exactly what he's saying here. It is worth a watch. So look, we're going to get into all of this and more. Make sure to subscribe down below, drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story. And I want to start with this clip, which I was genuinely moved by, and I think you will feel the same too. So let's listen to Senator Kelly describe Donald Trump, and then he goes in on Pete Hegseth, which I loved as well. Watch.
I will not be intimidated by this president. I am not going to be silenced by this president or the people around him, because I've given too much in service to this country to back down to this guy. In 1991, when Donald Trump was driving the Taj Mahal casino into bankruptcy, I was getting shot at over Iraq and Kuwait. In 2001, after Donald Trump said that the collapse of the Twin Towers meant he now owned the tallest skyscraper in Manhattan, I was carrying flags honoring 9/11 victims into space on a rocket ship. In 2003, when Donald Trump was writing birthday greetings to the monster Jeffrey Epstein, I was the first on the scene to recover the bodies of my fellow astronauts who died when Space Shuttle Columbia exploded during re-entry. In 2011, when Trump was hosting a reality show and peddling conspiracy theories against President Barack Obama, I was sitting next to my wife's hospital bed as she recovered from a gunshot wound to the head. My point is this: I've been through a lot worse in service to my country. The president and Pete Hegseth are not going to silence me.
I got goosebumps. I'm genuinely serious. I'm watching this. I'm getting moved. I have goosebumps listening to this. And he's right on so many different levels, and it's so well said. And that, in reality, is the contrast between someone like Senator Mark Kelly and someone like Donald Trump. For Trump's entire life, it has been about him. How can he scam more people? How can he make more money? How can he screw over the contractors who worked for him? That has been Donald Trump's entire life. We know that now, while consistently having his businesses go bankrupt. Whereas someone like Senator Mark Kelly, who Trump has called a traitor and has committed sedition and whatnot, he has actually dedicated his life to public service, whether it be flying planes on the ground in military war zones, up in space. I mean, he's an astronaut veteran senator. This guy's like a superhero. He has actually dedicated his life to public service. He knows what it means to suffer, to have loss, to go through a military service while Donald Trump was claiming bone spurs. It is so infuriating that we have this orange felonious lunatic sitting in the Oval Office calling someone like Mark Kelly a traitor when he himself is the one who incited an insurrection on January 6th. He's the one who has broken our laws, has assaulted women, has committed so much fraud that we don't even know about. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And this is exactly how Democrats should be talking. As I said, draw the contrast. This is what people like Senator Mark Kelly have been doing their entire lives. This is what Donald Trump has been doing. He was hanging out with Epstein. He was hanging out with Epstein while Senator Mark Kelly was in the military. That in and of itself, I think, tells you a lot. Now, I want to move on to him going in on Pete Hegseth because, man, oh man, is Pete Hegseth just such a joke. A Fox News host who is in way over his head. He has no idea what's going on, no idea what to do. And I think Mark Kelly feels the same, as you'll see. So take a look.
This guy is so unqualified for the job. I mean, think about this. He runs around on a stage talking about lethality and warrior ethos and killing people. We have the most competent, capable military this planet has ever seen by far. That's not the message that needs to come from the Secretary of Defense. The message should be about what's our mission and accountability and the rule of law and training. And let me make sure you're equipped to do really hard jobs. Let me give you all the tools you need to do something that often is an impossible mission. And instead, he runs around on a stage like he's a 12-year-old playing Army. And it is ridiculous. It is embarrassing. And I can't imagine what our allies think of looking at that guy in this job, one of the most important jobs in our country. In my view, after the President of the United States, it is the next most important job. He is in the National Command Authority for Nuclear Weapons. And last night, he's putting out on the internet turtles with rocket-propelled grenades. Have you seen this? This is the Secretary of Defense. This is not a serious person. He should have been fired after Signalgate.
Yeah.
And then every single day after that.
Yeah. Man, again, just so spot on. He is so right about Pete Hegseth. It has truly been, look, Pete has always been an embarrassment to this country. Hegseth has always been way over his head. But this saga around this Washington Post report where, we're getting this stunning, just awful reporting that Pete Hegseth ordered to kill them all. And when there were survivors, they double tapped them, sent another strike. That has been so humiliating for the United States. We, the United States, are meant to be on the world stage a signal of democracy, a sign of the rule of law, a country that other countries want to model themselves after. That's what the United States was under Joe Biden. That's what the United States was under President Barack Obama. Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth have ruined that reputation. Right now, with their thinking that they can just go around and bomb any ship they want or go to any country and launch strikes whenever they want, they are no better than Putin. They are no better than Putin with their thinking that, we're the United States, we can just kill anybody, right? No, that is so embarrassing for this country. And as Senator Kelly said, I can only imagine what our allies are thinking. These allies would turn to the United States in times of need, in times of guidance. And now we have a Fox News host running our military and a felon in the Oval Office. It is embarrassing. And Senator Mark Kelly right there looks pretty presidential to me. Would be a significantly better president than Donald Trump, than J.D. Vance, than any of these Republican losers who are trying to come up the chain and boost themselves and not help the American people in the process. I'm just so pissed off at Donald Trump and his administration right now. I know you're feeling it too, but look, this video, what we just saw from Senator Kelly, gives me a lot of hope. And I wanted to share it with you for that main reason. Gives me a lot of hope. It really does. We have fighters in this government, and Senator Kelly is one of them. He will not be intimidated. So look, I will leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes an incredibly long way. Drop a like on the video, comment. Let me know what you think about this story. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.